now we are going to turn our attention to races 11 and 12 on Saturday's card at the Breeders' Cup, starting with the 11th. That's the turf race. This is a 1.5 miles that should go off about 7:40 on Saturday. So this is a long race, starting with Rock Emperor.
Rock Emperor, last time was the time to have this horse, and I could tell you that I did a Zoom, and I must admit I gave out this horse at 15-1, and he won. But
that was the last. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Now tomorrow's not the day to play him because I think he's reacting off of the 6.
Okay, that is something that Marc is going to disagree with you, though. Marc, you're going to go with Rock Emperor as your top horse.
Yeah, I like these forward numbers for this horse, looking at this race here, Greg. He comes off a 6. He had a pair of 9s and a 10 before that, doing just that. Chad Brown, this should probably be called the Chad Brown Turf. He's got 3 horses and likely to win with one of these horses here. And at 15-1, like he was last time, I'm going to be right there with this horse. I love 15-1 horses that I feel have a shot. This is a Chad Brown horse that has a shot, especially if he gets anywhere kind of an improvement off that 6 his last race.
Yeah, can't.
We have 2 big late scratches to announce to you in this race. Number 2, United. Number 3, Domestic Spending are both coming out.
Wow.
What reported this morning is late scratches. So
wow, Domestic Spending, one of the favorites, is out of the field.
That was a Brown horse that was going to win, and he probably would have been the favorite. So you can forget 15-1 with the favorite coming out.
Yeah,
one horse. That's the problem.
Yeah. And look, Rock Emperor, the fact is that even if you get 10-1, still the fact is you got to take a look at that horse coming off that 6. I understand where you're coming from, John, especially since you made that pick last time.
Right.
But since we didn't make that pick, or Marc didn't, maybe you can get some decent odds still and take advantage in some shape or form. Okay, let's move on to the 4 Astronaut and the 5 and the 6. Now these horses are long shots, and out of these 3 long shots, John, which one do you like the most? Actually, I know which one you like the most. That's going to be the French horse, the 5.
I love that horse. First of all, let's do Astronaut. Astronaut is too slow, so forget him. But Troubadour has a 9 and a 6 his first 2 races this year. Then he ran in 2 paceless races, the 10 and the 9. So that being said, he has that 6-3 races back to go back to. He's running it. He's 20-1. He's going to be one of the horses that I'm keying in here.
Okay. Well, that's good enough for me and Marc. We're like the guys. We're like this behind you on the line. $10 to win on the 5, please. Okay.
Acclimatic is too slow. Let's get rid of him.
Okay. So now let's go. Walton Street is both of you guys, and I like this horse as well. We all like Walton Street, a Charles Appleby import coming in here, and a very consistent horse coming off a 6. Finally raced in the U.S. last time out at Woodbine, and had one of his best races, a 6.
Well, if you look at his sheet, he never really runs a bad number. The 9-2 starts back was at a race in Germany, going 1.5 miles. He certainly could excuse that race, even though this is 1.5 miles. He's never run worse than a 7 or a 6. So, and he's 8-1, and you're getting Charles Appleby, the good trainer. So why not? He's live.
Marc?
Steady Eddie should be the horse's other name here, like John says. This horse just puts up consistently good numbers. Haven't seen really a bad race from this horse, if ever there was. Perfect at the distance, 4 for 4. And another Appleby horse here with Doyle up on top here. I think this horse could be a major factor in this race.
This Broomy horse is another Aidan O'Brien horse, but 20-1 with Aidan O'Brien doesn't sound good to me. Meaning, if this horse is 20-1 with Aidan O'Brien, then I can imagine he's probably 50-1.
Well, I don't know about that. Not off in numbers. He runs 7s and 8s. His numbers aren't that far off.
He's heading in the wrong direction. That's the only bad thing.
Yeah. Listen,
8, 9, 12 last 3.
I don't particularly like him, but he wouldn't shock me. I mean, there are things that would shock me. That wouldn't shock me.
Okay, the 9, Sis Fahan, a French import, 12-1 shot. 6 for 6 in the money with 2 wins, including a win at a mile and a half. Has run a 9 and an 8 the last 2 races, John.
He's like a lot of other horses in this race. You're going to see most of the field runs between, 9 and 11. Or, and you get an occasion where you can get like Walton Street or possibly the 5 horse who has that 6 to go back to, or even Marc's Rock Emperor, who ran a 6 last time out. This is a hard race. You must demand value in this race. With whoever you're betting, you should avoid the favorite.
Whatever this horse is called is the 10 horse, 12-1 shot.
Oh, the 10 is Ebar.
The English import. Now, again, this is another Appleby horse, and he's won his last 2 races, including a mile and a half at Belmont in his last race on September the 18th. He's run some 9s in there. So, again, just like you said, the numbers are pretty similar with some of these other horses.
Yeah.
The 11, though, I like, Gufo. Gufo is an 8-1 shot with Rosario. 13 for 13 in the money with 7 wins. 2 wins out of 3 at a mile and a half. He's got the 8s, 9s, and 10s like a lot of the horses, but he also has a couple of 7s. So this is a horse I'm putting into my exactas.
He's fine. The best race he ever ran in his life coming into this year was last year at DelMar, the last race last year. So he's fine.
The 12 is a 6-1 shot. Irish import Tiona, who's just run an 11 and a 12. What about Tiona?
I don't like this horse. He's not leaving long. He's 6-1.
Yeah.
Why would you like this?
Exactly. Yeah. That horse won't go off at 6-1. Now this is a horse we all like. Tarnawa, an Irish import at 9-5. 5 wins in 8 races at a mile and a half. And if you could look at it, 3 years ago or 2 years ago, 12s and 13s. Last year, 8s. This year, we're getting 8 and 6s. So this horse just keeps getting better, actually. The only question is 9-5.
9-5 in the 13 post. That's not the greatest. He's 1 for 1 in the United States. He won this race last year at Keeneland. He won the Breeders' Cup. He won this exact race last year. When coming from out of the clouds, it was an amazing race. But he's 9-5. I mean, you can respect him off of the numbers, but his numbers are not that far superior to other ones. I mean, he's got an 8. He's got 1 6 in his life. My 5 horse has a 6 also. He's 20-1. Why wouldn't I play him?
Mark, you also like the horse.
Yeah, he's also $1 million in the bank. So he's done some nice things here.
Well, he won the Breeders. He won this race last year.
Yes,
how much is this race?
exactly.
A $4 million race.
Yeah,
$4 million. So he got over $2 million just for winning that race last year.
Correct.
So it's a little hidden that he's won $4 million. He won $2 million of it in one race. So.
Well, he stepped up and won. That's the point.
Yes, but he's also
take that.
He's also at the distance. He's won 4 out of 5 races at the distance. You look at what he's done in his career to win that $4.5 million. He's 15 out of 17 in the money here with consistent numbers here. I don't know if these numbers win this particular race, and I'm not going to be putting him up on top, especially at that price. He was probably more likely 9-5 after he won this race last year in the following race. Maybe he shouldn't be 9-5 here, but I still have to have him on the playlist.
Okay. And Japan, we got 3 more horses to quickly go. Japan has another good trainer, Aiden O'Brien, on board, and he's run 11, then 9s, then 8. So he is headed in the right direction, Japan.
He is, but it's Japan, and he's drawn outside. He's got the 14 post or the 13 post now. I don't like it. I mean, he's another horse in the race. I shouldn't say I don't like it.
And then what about these other horses? These horses who will now race because the 2 and the 3 have scratched.
Bolshoi Ballet, I know, is drawing in. So, but he's slow, isn't he? What does he have? 11?
Yeah, Bolshoi. He's got 11s, and Channel Maker coming off a 9.
Well, but a 9 isn't going to do it from that 14 post.
No,
that's 7 years old.
Yeah,
right?
It's time to retire. Okay,
I would box 5, 7, 13 in here. Tribhuvan, Walton Street, and Tanawa, and hope we beat Tanawa. 5, 7, 13 exact the box.
And Mark, you're going with 1, 7, 13, correct?
That's correct. Like John says, box those horses up as long as Tanawa's not up on top. We'll cash
And
in
I'm
those
going to
tickets.
go with 7, 11, and 13. Okay, now it's the Breeders' Cup Classic, the big one of the year. Besides a couple other big races, but this is one of the big ones. 1.25 miles. This is going to go off at about 8:40 on Saturday night, and we got some really good horses, as you would expect, in this field, starting with Tripoli, a 15-1 shot with Ortiz on board, coming off. Now, the horse had a 4, ran his best race a couple of starts ago at this track, at this distance. Then the last race was a 9. I don't really look at it as too much of a big bounce. It was a bounce, but, you know, I mean, the timing, he had more than enough time. But yes, it was a sheet number bounce from a 4 to a 9. So why not Tripoli getting another move forward, John, especially at 15-1?
Yeah, well, he would have to run that 4, and no one else would have to show up. Listen, he has a shot to make a forward move. He's 15-1. You could use him if you want, but I don't think he belongs with these.
Okay, the 2 is Express Train, a 20-1 shot that really doesn't have much of a chance, especially with the sheet line going in the wrong direction.
Correct.
Okay, now comes the 3. Hot Rod Charlie. John's top pick and Mark's top pick, and the sheet line is a thing of beauty. 11, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4. So what's next? A 3? Well, that probably gets it done. 3 races at DelMar were the first 3 of his career. Also the worst 3 races of his career. But don't worry about that. That was a long time ago. Different horse. 2 of those races were on turf. But this is just a completely new horse, John.
Yeah, this horse is a model of consistency. Doug O'Neill has done an amazing job spacing his races. You know, you don't know that this horse has hit the end of the line yet, where other horses in this race, example, Essential Quality, I think, reading his sheet, he did hit the end of the line, and I don't think he's running better than a 4 or a 5. And I think Hot Rod Charlie will offer I think there are 3 horses in this race that could win. Hot Rod Charlie, Essential Quality, and Knicks Go. Hot Rod Charlie's going to be the longest price of the 3 of them. So for that reason, I am keying Hot Rod Charlie.
That makes a lot of sense. Mark?
Yeah, I think so too. Like John says, there'll be 3 horses that are going to be bet. It might be the one that's ignored. And if he is, I think there's a lot of value left with that situation here. He ran second to Essential Quality twice in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile and the Belmont. He ran third to Medina Spirit in the Kentucky Derby. I like this horse. I kind of put him on a parallel with Cigar, as you mentioned here. Cigar was not all that good of a racehorse when he began, but my goodness, when he hit stride, he was almost unbeatable. And Hot Rod Charlie right now looks to be that same similar type of a horse. And if he's not the betting favorite in this race, I've got him in the winner's circle.
All right, so Hot Rod Charlie, if you can get 4-1, you're a lucky man. We're all lucky men. The next up is Essential Quality, that horse you talked about there at 3-1, John, coming off 3 straight wins, 8 wins in 9 career. Now, this is a horse that is like one step away from just about accomplishing everything except that Kentucky Derby, winning the Breeders' Cup Juvie, the Bluegrass, the Belmont, the Travers, but you think it's the end of the line.
I didn't say it's the end of the line. What I said is that he hit the 4 and then he ran 2 5s off of the 4. Okay, so he's holding his condition. He's only a point away. Whereas Hot Rod Charlie hit the 4 and we don't know. He may run a 6 on Saturday. So that'll mean the 4 was the end of the line. But he hasn't hit that end of the line where Essential Quality has. He showed you, I ran the 4, that's all I got as a 3-year-old. Maybe as a 4-year-old, I'll do better, but I'm going to be in the breeding shed anyway, so it doesn't matter. But again, he held the 5s off of the 4. You know, you're
nitpicking.
Really, exactly. You're nitpicking, but at least you're nitpicking and making a case for a longer priced horse with Hot Rod Charlie. That's it.
And Mark?
I agree. This horse is going to be right there at the finish in this race here. He's been favored in 8 of his 9 career races. Odds-on favorite 4 times. The only time this horse ran out was at this distance. Does it matter or factor into this particular race? We'll see. But I think there's a more value to Hot Rod Charlie here right now coming into this race than there is Essential Quality, who will go off the favorite. With that, I'm going to Hot Rod Charlie on top of Essential Quality.
Okay, the 5 is Knicks Go. And I'm a little bit. Are you surprised Knicks Go is the favorite, John?
No, for the simple reason he's an older horse. You know, the 3 is a 3-year-old and the 4 is a 3-year-old. This is a 5-year-old. Knicks Go has run 2s already. There's not one horse in this race that could say he's run a 2. And this horse has run 4 2s, not just 1 2, but 4 2s.
Sure. Yes.
You know?
Very strong.
So isn't that to me is very strong, like you said. I don't know.
The only thing that we don't know, and look, this has nothing to do with the sheets. The only thing we don't know is that Essential Quality, Hot Rod Charlie, a few of these other horses, especially the 3 of the 4, they've gone up against each other in a lot of these big races. Knicks Go has not been in these races with these horses yet.
Whoa. No, that's because those horses are running in 3-year-old races.
Agreed.
Knicks Go is running the Metropolitan, the Whitney, the Saudi Cup.
Yes.
I mean, don't worry about the horses he's racing against. He's racing against better horses than the other horses have run against.
Older horses, yes, right.
That's correct.
And also the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile winner last year.
Exactly.
So, meanwhile, all right. So the 5 Knicks Go, you're gonna put definitely Knicks Go in your exotics, John.
Yes, for sure. What do you mean? Knicks Go could win. If anyone's going to beat Hot Rod Charlie, I have the race between the 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
I'm not fooling anyone here.
But you at least have one horse, which we'll talk about in a little while, that you are going to put into there as well. With the odds are a little bit better. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go now with the 6 Art Collector, which is a horse that I'm going to put into my exacta to try to make some money at 8-1. Winner of 3 straight since the trainer changed to Mott. Did it at 3 different tracks. Ran a 4 a couple of starts ago. 7 last time out. But again, 3 straight wins since the trainer changed. What do you think about Art Collector's chance to get in the money, John?
Well, I don't like him. We actually gave him out on this show the last time he won. I loved him that day, but I don't like the 7 off the 5 and 4. He should have run better. He could be that 5 and 4 that he ran 2 and 3 starts back may have been the end of him for a while. I think he's going to continue to go backwards. Not only that, if you look at the race, there's a ton of speed in here, and this horse appears that he needs a lead to win, and no one's getting in front of Knicks Go. So for that reason, there are no Art Collectors for me, sir.
And Stiletto Boy doesn't even belong. What is this horse doing in this race?
They wanted free passes to get into the Breeders' Cup. So.
Medina Spirit, the Kentucky Derby winner, your favorite trainer, John, Bob Baffert. And the Velazquez combo here. It's funny. You look at this horse, the Derby winner, and you got Baffert and 4-1, and you look at the sheet numbers, and it's 9, 9, 8, 9, 9. Oh, he does have a 6, and that's it.
Yeah. Once. I would like to book every penny on this horse. If he's anywhere near 4-1, there's no price I would take on this horse. I give him 0 chance to win. First of all, he needs the lead. He's not getting the lead over Knicks Go. He has 0 chance. 4-1 is the biggest joke I've ever seen.
Mark?
Well, he's being 4-1, John, because they still have him as being the winner of the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, but they haven't gotten paid, so they could have him being the winner, but he hasn't collected the money yet. They have him 4-1 based on his win last time out in the Awesome Again. The race looked a lot better than it really was figure-wise. It was only a 9, so nobody showed up that day.
Right.
All right, and then Max Player. Now, this is a horse that odds-wise you'd want to stick into your exactas. This is not a horse that needs the lead. This is a horse that is also peaking, it looks like, coming off the Jockey Club Gold Cup win, which was a 6. The last 4 races, 18, 10, 7, 6. It's exactly what you want to see. And this horse has wins in his last 2 races at this distance. So maybe this is the best horse in the field, John, to try to make money on, try to cash in some money in some fashion.
Well, if one of the big three stub their toe and don't show up, you need a fourth horse. So this is only by default. It's not that you like him, but he fits. He's a point slower, but he's a lot longer in odds, and he could suck up and get a piece, get into the tries or supers, especially if someone else doesn't show up. If one of the other ones don't show up.
And his numbers are going in the right direction here, John, as well.
That's the whole point. You always want to bet horses that are moving forward. Never want to bet a horse moving backwards.
And he's also, I may have said this about Hot Rod Charlie, and if I did, I was incorrect, but this is the only horse in this race that has run in all three legs of the Triple Crown. Been in this company before. He's off back-to-back wins. That's a pretty square price for, like you say, John, if one of those big three horses stubs their toe, this could be the replacement.
There you go.
John, give us your picks again.
My picks again. Well, I'm going to give that
We'll say that again.
Hot Rod Charlie 3 over the 4, 5, and 9.
And Mark, you're going to go 3 over the 4 and the 9.
That's correct. Yes.
All right, now I'm going to go 4 over the 6 and the 9. Hopefully, maybe I should get Forenzi Fire in this race to bite Nick's go and try to.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah. John, you're in Vegas. What are you doing there again?
I have a seminar at the South Point Casino and Hotel tomorrow night. People could actually watch it on, if they go to their website, it's 6 p.m. Pacific Coast time. I'll be doing it with Ralph Scirocco, who is the MC.
This is going to be on the website. Which website?
South Point Casino and Hotel.
South Point Casino Hotel. And that's at 9 Eastern on tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Friday night.
Friday night. All right. We will definitely tune in for that. Mark, I'll talk to you tomorrow when we handicap football over the weekend, college and pros. And John, we'll do this again next week.
Okay, great. Talk to you soon. Good luck, everybody. Have fun. Make some money.
Hey, guys, like I like to always say, may the horse be with you this weekend, okay? Good weekend for have the horse with us. Have a good time in Vegas, John.
Thanks, guys. Stay safe and be well.
Be good.